Is the Bible reliable? You know, one of the great things about Christianity in general is that you can investigate it with eyes wide open. This isn't some magical book. It's not Aladdin's lamp. It's not something only for the special initiated group. What you find when you investigate the Bible, not only does it have some pretty amazing claims in it about who God is and how you can know this God, but what's awesome is you find it's actually historically reliable. Now, there's lots of different ways you could talk on this, and you could spend a lot of time investigating the powerful reasons why you can trust the Bible. I just want to give you two powerful reasons of why you can trust the Bible. The first is it's historically reliable in this sense, especially in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, in the book of Acts. It gets the people, the places, the names, the local situation, the customs. It gets all of those things right. So imagine your hometown. There's things that you know about your hometown that you would only know if you grew up there, right? Well, that's the same about these writers of the first century in these biographies and accounts of Jesus and the earliest Christians. So when it speaks of names, it gets the names right. When it speaks of the places, those places actually exist. When it speaks of the governmental leaders, those people actually were ruling during that time. And the way that the Israel land was structured during that time, being occupied and ruled over by Rome, there was a lot of complexities about who was ruling during when and who had what territory and which family member and all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? Luke chapter 3, other places get those things exactly right in the book of Acts. So the first thing is when you look at the Bible, you see it's historically reliable because it gets the people, the places, the names, the historical situations right, which gives it the ring of credibility and the ring of truth. The second way you could trust that the Bible is historically reliable is that the text of the Bible, especially the text of the New Testament, has been very accurately transmitted from the first century to now accurately. And one of the ways we know this is because of the abundance of manuscripts we have. A manuscript was the early Greek writings when the New Testament was written in the language of Greek. Those manuscripts are from, say, the book of Romans or the book of Matthew or the book of John, for example. Well, we have well over 5,500 Greek manuscripts alone, which is by far the most of any ancient document to work with. It's truly, as one scholar put it, an embarrassment of riches. So another way that you understand that the text has been reliably transmitted to us through the centuries is that it goes back to the beginning. You have early copies that go all the way back. So the time gap is about 35 to 50 years between the writing of the Gospel of John and the first manuscript fragment that was showing up from John chapter 18, showing the time gap, which limits the time in which corruption could occur. And so you have a ton of manuscripts to work with, and the time gap is very, very small. So those two reasons, one, that it gets the people, places, and names correct, lends toward the historical reliability of the Bible. And second, the textual basis of the Bible is very, very strong. In fact, it's stronger than any other work from antiquity. So therefore, you can have a high degree of confidence that what you have is historically reliable, and you can trust the God who has spoken in its pages.